Oh, yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, it is a quiet, peaceful, beautiful morning. Definitely a blessing to wake up and be able to go fish. Thankful for this opportunity to fish today at at Honey Hole. Whew. Also thankful for you guys for joining me. Gotta get everything loaded up and we'll get out in the water. It's gonna be a good adventure, I think. I'm gonna be working on some things, sharpening my skills. That's the hope, at least. So give me a sec, let me load up. I'll see you in a little bit. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm that fishing noob, and I'm out here on the little honey hole. Got a fun adventure planned for today. Got my Old Town Sportsman PDL 106 all loaded up and ready to go. And I've got 3 rods with me. A Shimano SLX DC, a Lew's Tournament Pro, and a Lew's Speed Spool. It's a weird day right now because never really imagined a day where I'd be throwing out just bait casters. When I first started fishing, I was like, you know, eventually I'll get a bait caster, maybe. And now look at me, here I am, and I'm throwing out all bait casters today. The plan for today is to primarily work on a jig bite. That jig loaded up, ready to go, courtesy of Jeremy over at Dadfish Tackle. You guys already know the promotion. Swing over to dadfishtackle.com, go browse through some of, he makes jigs, handmade, hand-tied jigs, makes Ned heads, Ned rigs, and a bunch of soft plastic lures. And he's experimenting with some new ones too that are coming out soon, so be on the lookout. But another thing too is if you use my code TFN10, Tom Frank Nora 10 at checkout, you can get 10% off your order. So I'd appreciate it. You go over, swing over to Dadfish Tackle, you can get some of these things. Look at it, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm also gonna be trying out, I ordered, check it out. I got my little thumb holes now. I got a new fishing, this is a hoodie. It's a new fishing hoodie that I'm gonna try out today. See how that works, see how it feels. So typically when I've been here without a good breeze, the bite's been pretty rough. So we'll see if that's the case today. But you know what time it is, without further ado, I will see you out on the water. Alrighty. Here we are, out on the water. I have not had a consistent topwater bite yet, but maybe that'll change today. So I'm planning on working on my jig bite today. Really haven't had a consistent jig bite because I haven't worked on it. I've gotten bites on a jig before, like a football jig, but it's not something that I'm super confident with, at all. So previously I've kind of thrown a bunch of random stuff on Texas rigs rather than focusing on Senkos and lizards and little bugs. So that's something else that I'm going to be working on to be more conscious of. I know that some of you have had some pretty gnarly fishing adventures and accidents, like a broken PDL seat and a broken rod. I think you lost your swim bait too. And also a broken transducer. Sheesh, that is not fun. However, you know what is fun? The customer service from Old Town. They are phenomenal. I know that a jig is a great presentation, but then it's also one of those ooh, squeaky pedal. It's also one of those things where it's throwing it in the right place, right? So depending on what kind of trailer you have, you can be imitating something on the bottom like a bug or a craw. Or, again, depending on the trailer, it could be imitating something like a bluegill. So, kind of just knowing where bluegill hang out, around docks and structure and kind of vegetation. And then craws around that hard bottom of rock. Having that in mind whenever I'm throwing out this jig. It's one of those, people joke, give bass fishermen a hard time. They're like, bass will bite anything. It's yeah, bass will pretty much bite anything, but there's also a science and a skill set to being able to fish consistently and efficiently. So it's not like you can throw out a noodle and then you'll get a bass to bite it all day everywhere. It's crazy how much this channel has grown. I was thinking about it earlier. I was looking at some of my statistics and kind of like subscriber count and stuff, and I was just like, golly. I remember when I had like 80 subs. I think what I've decided though is regardless of the fishing adventure that I have, regardless of how I do, I'm gonna post it just because I just want to be able to look back and remember, like, man, some days like I was still learning and I was like super bad at something and it was really rough on the water, and to just keep me grounded, keep me down to earth, keep me in check. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be super good one day and be like winning tournaments and stuff, but I always want to remember where I came from, and like I started as a noob, and I mean, like, I'm still a noob. Today's gonna be a big test too to see how well this pulls through grass. There's a weed guard on it. Like I said, this is a custom-made jig, handmade jig, hand-tied jig from Jeremy over at Dad Fish Tackle. You guys might be getting tired of this little oxbow lake, but I debated. I was like, where should I go fish? I have an opportunity to fish. Where should I go fish? Ultimately decided here because I know there's a bunch of bass here, especially when I'm trying to get experience throwing out not a new lure, but kind of just get more seat time, so to speak, with a new technique. There we go, first catch of the day. Oh man, look at that rod bend. That's exactly what we were going for this morning. Yep, look at that. Whew. I don't think that's a PV stick fish, but it's close. Probably just ripped out some bait fishes home. Sorry. Alrighty, stick fish of the day number 2. Right there. I'm gonna have to start throwing out of Texas just to get the skunk out of the boat. Little ribbon-tail worm. This is watermelon red flake. It's a little moth or butterfly stuck in that web. Like, I can see portions of it, but I don't even see where like the spider is. Hold on there, buddy. I'll get you. There you go. I wonder too, if it's super calm out, if the fish just roam around all over the place. First bite. That's good. Oh, man. Just not hitting it. Okie dokie. Hello. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. We got a fish. Of course it was on the Texas rig. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. I was wondering about this the other time too. Cool. Let's take a quick photo of you and then a quick release. Thank you. See ya. Well, skunk's out. Well, not skunk, but yeah, skunk's out of the boat. Give me 5. Where's your buddies go? There's one of them. This fish is mad. Every time he comes up and sees the boat, he's like, nope. I don't want anything to do with that. Don't you shake. He's not even that big. I was just asking where you and your buddies went, and then you decided to say hi. Nice. Cool. Thank you, sir. See ya. Give me 5. Alright. Let's go back to throwing out the jig. Definitely not a confidence lure yet, but working on it. Just don't think that where I'm at right now is a super good spot to throw it. I know that people have fished it around grass and around thick vegetation and stuff, but I feel like this is like super thick vegetation. So it's kind of hard to let it sit on the bottom and, you know, do its magic. Tell you what, one little fun feature that I like using right now is this little speed hook keeper, because I can keep my soft plastic lure weedless with that hook buried into it. I like the shade. Okay. Hello there. Floppy McFlopperson. Practice measuring fish. I was realizing for my last time trying to go through and measure or tournament, I was like, man, I'm rusty. Like, just not very good at measuring fish right now. So we're not going to take a picture of them, but we're going to pretend like we're going to. This is going to be a 14 and a quarter. 14 and a quarter fish right here. And thank you. See ya. Yay! Alright, well that's another one on Le Texas rig. I really like throwing a Texas rig out. Give me 5. I was retrieving and like, I think popping through grass. I thought I was popping through grass, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. That grass is moving. Hey, here's a random quick question for you guys. What is your favorite fluorocarbon to throw out? Like 100% pure fluoro. This is 15-pound Invisix. On my other reel is 12-pound Red Label. I've heard really good things about FC Sniper as well. So I was planning on maybe trying that next. But then also I've heard that it's not as abrasion resistant as Invisix. So like Invisix is pretty crazy because it just doesn't snap. Yeah, that stuff right there is a pain to fish through. I don't have any punching setups, and that's another thing that I'm not familiar with, punching. I feel like that's another one of the like funny things about fishing is there's so many different techniques. Oh, well, I had to pull that one. That's not where I was going with it. Dragonflies are so interesting too because they like landing on fishing rods like this. No, come here. So the different ways I've been working this jig, I've either been picking it up like that and just letting it sit on the bottom, picking it up, let it fall on the bottom, or I've been like kind of working it like a Texas rig where I'm tapping it. And then I've also been swimming it through some of that thicker vegetation and then giving it little pops if I can find a spot for it to sit on the bottom, which is not too many places for that. You guys help me out. How do you fish? This is like a football jig, so how do you guys fish football jigs? I feel like I have a little bug trailer on this too, so it's like a crawfish, right? So crawfish aren't swimming at the upper water column. They're swimming, you know, down pretty deep, pretty on the bottom, going through and foraging for stuff and stuff and stuff. This is a close-up of what I have been throwing out. This is a little watermelon red flake, little curly tail. We tie on a black and red. That's what that looks like. So when I was looking at the history of like this little thing, it used to be like a big old creek that ran through here, but then over the course of time, like it just cut this section off. And then it became a little oxbow. This might be fishy, right? What is that? Look, it's a little bluegill. What? Alrighty. Let's practice net jobs, right? Right into the net. Really cool one. Who's this guy? Nice. Sweet. Got a quick picture of you. Thank you. See ya. Pretty much right where it was supposed to be, in the shade. Whew, give me 5. What? Look at that. That's cool. Which means, oh, what? Time to throw top water at it. All right. Been a little bit. Hello. Golly, it's been a little bit since I had a fish. There we go. Nice. You're a fun one. Thank you for that. I won't measure you. See ya. Nice. Give me 5. Random question for you guys. Do you prefer fishing on super duper calm days, some moderately breezy days, or crazy weather days? What's your preference? Here's a little update. I'm really liking these little thumb holes in this fishing hoodie. Yeah, this is a random fishing hoodie. I was looking for a long sleeve fishing shirt. I was looking on Amazon because majority of things that are bought, that I buy, are like, a lot of it is on Amazon. So I was looking on Amazon, I found this one. I liked the random camo and then the gray, so went with it and came in, I think yesterday, trying it out today, and I like it. Speaking of Amazon and links, you guys check the description down below. I have a bunch of affiliate links, so browse through that. It's like my fishing gear, some of the stuff that I use. It would be super cool if you're like, you know what, I kind of do want to get that, and then you use my link, because then I get a little commission, which is cool because that can go towards either supporting Jeremy over at Dadfish Tackle, or that'll just go towards tournaments. Tournament fishing is expensive. The amount of money that guys go through and put in for like professional bass fishing tournaments, woo, it is a lot, and for like not even that much of a payout. I have not gotten any fish on my jig yet. Don't know. I think I need to fish it in a different spot, different conditions, where it's like hard cover, vertical timber, vertical cover, or like a rocky bottom, or a solid bottom, or like light vegetation, like light grass, not like super thick stuff. But I don't know, I'm a noob. You guys tell me. Oh, I forgot to wear my little, I have these knee sleeves that are super old, because then I ended up getting these legit knee sleeves from Rogue, but I have these knee sleeves that I've been using as like little feet sun protection, and I forgot them, so tops of my feet are going to be super burned. Do you guys work out? And if you do work out, what do? You just go to the gym? Do you do CrossFit? Have you ever had an interest in CrossFit? Do you think CrossFit is lame? For the record, whenever I do things like pull-ups and stuff, I try to do everything strict. So strict pull-ups, strict like GHD, no kipping, strict muscle ups. Alrighty. I think you're a little one. Little angry one. Yeah, that'll work. Just plop you right in here with me like that. Thank you. Nice. Little guy. Wanted that worm though, you see that? Wanted that worm. Look at that. Wanted the worm. Thank you. See ya. Give me 5. I'm not gonna be here too long. Yep. Little guy. Thank you for that. See ya. So a little tip. Whenever you are going a long distance, here's what you should do. Don't check your prop to see if it's all fouled up. So that way, when you're halfway through and you're debating whether or not you're just feeling super tired, you can check your prop and be like, wow, why is there so much vegetation around my prop? You can clear that up, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I'm gliding through the water. It's like a second wind. That's what I just did. These gnats are probably trying to destroy me, especially because I'm hot and I'm sweaty. Dude, this is ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm being swarmed by gnats. I'm hot, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna call it. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by on this fishing adventure. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, swing by Jeremy's store, Jeremy's website over at dadfishtackle.com. I think we caught 5 or 6 fish today. Nothing that's close to a PB, but still fun fishing, still a blessed time. Whew. Yeah, good times. But looks like that'll be it for this one. I hope that you guys are able to go fishing, and if you are fishing, I hope that you're able to catch a big one. But I will catch you on the next one. God is good. Y'all be blessed. Later.